to my YouTube channel, Technobabble. I am the Technobabbler here with a brand new mini-series called The Unlikely Couple, and this is the CAS video and their creation. So I would like to introduce you first to Barb Budgins. So Barb Budgins is our first character and one of the main characters of this Let's Play mini-series, and she is wanting to become a beautician. So she and her husband have been living in Oasis Springs for a while. They have been living in Johnny Zest's trailer, I guess we'll call it, and they were sort of subleasing it while he decided to go to Del Sol Valley to become famous. Well, at least he was aspiring to become famous, and shortly after moving there and losing a lot of money and not making it really big in the acting career, he sorely came back, tail between legs, into his old town of Oasis Springs and told the Budgins, hey, I hate to tell you this, but I'm going to need you guys to go ahead and move out. But you don't have to move out right away. I want you to find a good place to move to. So take your time. But as you all know, Johnny Zest's teeny tiny little place does not hold 3 people, and we will be having 3 people in this household. So Barb, being the very clever sim that she is, got online and started looking for new places. And lo and behold, a beautiful, almost brand new, big yellow dream showed up online in a town called Strangerville, available for them to move in immediately. So Barb grabbed her husband and her dog, and they set out for Strangerville. Of course, Barb's hopes and dreams were literally just to move to this town, settle down, grow some roots, and open up her own beauty salon. And so she's able to do that in her brand new big yellow dream, is what I'm calling it. That's their trailer. And she has a little teeny tiny little salon on one end of the trailer, and you will see that in the first episode of the series. So what I'm hoping to create here for you guys is sort of a mini series of Strangerville. So there are lots of Strangerville LPs out there, or challenges, or the likes. And what I wanted to do for you guys was create something a little bit more interesting, just a little story, a little background to go along with the characters that will be living in Strangerville. So I created Barb here, who I just love. She's down to earth. She just wants to help people discover themselves and feel good about themselves. So for her aspiration currently, she is a friend of the world, and of course that makes her very gregarious. She's also a very cheerful sim, a hopeless romantic, and she's very outgoing because, as you all know, at the beauty salon, that you have to be a bit outgoing, you might like a little bit of gossip, and you love to know and share everything that's going on around the town, or at least that's what happens a lot of times at the beauty salon. And Barb loves being at the center of all of that, and she sort of was working on doing that in Oasis Springs. And she knew a lot of what was going on, and that's how she sort of got the lead on her big yellow dream in Strangerville. But she is not fully aware of what's going on in Strangerville and why that big yellow dream was such a phenomenal price. But I imagine they will find out as the series progresses. Of course, you all long-time subscribers of my channel know that I always like to try a few different things. So with this Strangerville Let's Play mini-series, I'm going to release them all in one fell swoop, so you can binge watch the entire series from start to finish. So please leave your comments below. This will be the first video I post, letting me know if you are excited about this binge watchable series, or if it is something that you really don't care to watch. But I hope you enjoy it, because I am looking forward to playing Strangerville myself. we are now moving on to the next character in the series, Dale Budgins. This is Barb's husband, and you can imagine, long time ago when Dale was in high school, he was probably one of the lead players on the football team, fairly popular in his high school, and did an excellent job at being a little bit of a jerk to some of the other people in his high school. Of course, he grew up not with the best education in mind, and really only aspiring to continue his athletic career, which he did not. So he did the next best thing he could. He was always pretty good in his shop class, and so he thought he might take up some handyman work, and he would pick up an odd job here and there, and decided that was good enough for him. He didn't have huge aspirations to become anyone famous, or do anything much after that, and he sort of let himself go, as you guys can see here on screen now. But he did marry his high school sweetheart, Barb. So Dale, much like a tumbleweed, just sort of tagged along with Barb as she decided to move to Strangerville. He went along for the ride and decided he can be a handyman anywhere. As you can see, as we're choosing his traits, I ended up choosing a Renaissance sim because I figured he doesn't quite know what he wants to do, so he does just a little bit of everything. He's a quick learner. He's also pretty lazy. Of course, he's a glutton. And naturally, he is a big old slob. So as you can see, I spent quite a lot of time trying to get his look just right. You know, the thing about Dale is that he has workout clothes, but I don't know if he'll ever work out in his workout clothes. I imagine he puts them on and then probably reclines in his chair and puts on a, sporting event show that he'll watch, and that's pretty much working out for Dale. That and getting up every once in a while to get himself a nice cold one from the fridge. I had a lot of fun with this next category when we got to the warm clothes because I had a particular look in mind for Dale, as you can see. I really thought he'd have boots on and shorts, because again, that's just the kind of guy Dale is. We're getting on in the video where we're going to introduce you to the next member of the Budgins family. They have no children, but Barb pretty much feels like our next sim is her child. I'd like to introduce you all to Bella Budgins. I've never, ever played a sim household who has a Chihuahua, and this family seemed like the most perfect family to have a Chihuahua. So of course, I picked some characteristics for Bella that would make her not the most enjoyable dog to be around. Of course, Barb loves her very much and takes her with her everywhere she goes. And of course, she has some wonderful accessories and fabulous articles of clothing to wear while she is out and about in town with her mama. So thank you all for coming to meet the Budgins. I hope you enjoyed this video and are looking forward to the entire miniseries launched so that you can binge watch the entire thing from start to finish. Until next time, Tomalagi!